Hey y'all, what it is, what it do? It's your girl Brittany. I'm back. I'm better with another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell to be notified of every time I post. You know what it is. I know what it is. We know that I post frequently. Come on, y'all. Say it with me collectively. We are jumping, skipping, hopping, leaping. We doing a Dougie bow or Dougie yow into this video. Click the link down in the description box below to become a paid member on my Patreon. All right, y'all, come without further ado. Let's go and get into today's video. Now, we are getting into the Baddies trailer. Let me tell y'all something. So, when I first seen the trailer, because I was waiting on it, I'm like, okay, the trailer should be out by now. I took me a little nap. No shade. I took me a little nap real quick. So, I had to get my little nap in. You know what I'm saying? I had to fix my food, whatever. So, as I'm getting my food, my dinner together, everything, I'm watching the trailer. The first thing that stood out to me was Summer. I definitely feel as though we are about to see the evolution of Summer. One thing about Summer, she understands her power of being in a scene, in my opinion. She understands her power with being in a scene, and she know if you just stay in front of that camera, you're going to do well. Regardless of how many people don't like her or like her, Summer is a star and she a force to be reckoned with. She not scary. And even if she is scary, she still fight. And she find her friends or people who used to be her friends. And, and she getting pimp slapped. She getting beat up by a BGC original and a heavy hitter, the heaviest hitter, two of the heaviest hitters on Zeus. And again, her friends. From the clip with Dolly, she came right out. Who dirty? Who dirty? Immediately on it. Tasiki. But that's your sister. And regardless if we can't make sense of her actions, as far as business goes, that bitch know business is my point. She knows to stay in front of that camera, and I definitely believe that we're about to see the evolution of Summer. I know a lot of people was comparing Summer to Judy. I see similar traits, but I don't believe that Judy, in my opinion, has the same work ethic as Summer as far as this goes. Summer will go against anybody. And she's not afraid to stick by herself or join, new cliques. She don't mind. And that was my first thought when I first watched it. I was like, Summer did what needed to be done. Bloody mouth, y'all know we love to see that. We like, oh, even when they seen it, they was like, Summer, stop. Like, just stop. But Summer ain't stopped. And she'll be on the next chapter. Then let's move into Scotland. So when I watched it the second time, I started watching for everybody else. I definitely think if Scotty is pregnant, she's going to announce it on there. I definitely think she's going to announce it this season. And, she just don't tell that she's pregnant if she is pregnant. If she is, congratulations to her. $1 million, baby. He got that $1 million. $1 million. Ooh, sperm. I don't blame her. She, allegedly been dealing with him for years. So the fact that she finally is able to pop out with him and she gets a stamp and she can be the first mother to his children. This bitch playing chess, not checkers. If so, or she might really love him. She might really care about him, girl. You just never know. But, I mean, a girl got to eat too. And who want to be on Baddies forever? And if that tweet was for real about Janisha saying allegedly couldn't be me, couldn't be you. Couldn't be you. Well, one fish won't do, another one will. That. Then I thought about Dolly. I definitely think that it's going to be the evolution of Dolly. If we thought she was ducking wreck last season, we definitely going to see if she duck goose in this season. This season, I definitely think, to keep our eyes on Dolly and Summer whole season. Big Lex, I think we just need to watch her by the end. I don't first glance out the trailer. Lex seemed like she just beating up Tavi. Been there, done that, seen that. I don't care about that. I really don't care. She's not necessarily all throughout the trailer. She got snips through the trailer. Natalie is still really nowhere to be found. I think that's very interesting that she is barely in any scenes. I think that's interesting. Now, two girls that's in the same clique who I feel as though they came to collect their check, they sat out a season and said they can't sit out another one. Because mind you, they got comfortable and really wasn't doing it how they were supposed to do it. In my opinion, he had to sit them out of season so they can, learn, okay, we're here to do a job. Is Biggie and Anna. Biggie and Anna, in my opinion, from the trailer, they finding their storylines, baby. They finding it. And this season is like a whole bunch of, I don't have a better word right now for it, but betrayal. A lot of the cliques or a lot of friendships in this season are crumbling. Like Natalie and Scotty, we already, had got like a little snippet of their friendship crumbling. But I think this season would definitely be the stamp of they friendship crumbling. And obviously, the big three. I don't really think about nobody else, but the big three, obviously. But Biggie with Tommy, Anna with Summer, and DJ Sky, the SNS. It just seems as though both of those girls in particular came back to do their job. And they getting their camera time. They're getting it. Krishan hugging Tasiki, that got on my nerves. One thing about it, they love to hit these crying scenes and shit. I don't want to see y'all crying. Like, I just feel as though with the Milans in particular, we've been watching them for so long. We've been rooting for them for so long. Like, on the show, they gonna give us basically nothing as far as entertainment goes, but they family group chat drama. And then they get on Instagram and be like, the next time we see each other, we on that. I want y'all to be on it when he's paying y'all those Zeus checks. I'm tired of seeing the crying, all that extra. Run your fade. Get her. All that hugging and stuff. Tasiki really don't fool because she was like, you faking. And Krishan was, I'm not faking. Girl, you do be faking. You be putting on for the cameras too. You be putting on for the cameras, but I'm also excited to see the evolution of Krishan. Not as far as like the brand that she trying to go for, not the Yahweh or anything like that, but more so, what does Krishan look like when Krishan is not the star anymore? What does Krishan look like when you used to be like, oh, I'm not gonna be in certain scenes with people because they not finna get clout off me? Because right now in 2025 going into 2026, your clout ain't there. You need Zeus now. At one point, Zeus needed you, but you need them now. So I definitely am interested in watching it. But if we get to doing all that goddamn crying, Yahweh, let's just fix it. I'm over it. I don't want to, no. Better on mute. Better on Instagram where I can scroll. I don't want to see that for my entertainment. Now, let's get into some more things. That was like my first thoughts. Now, we open up with Diamond and Natalie. Why in the hell do they think that we care about Diamond and Natalie? said that I don't feel like DTB need to come back because that storyline has came, went, and we're over it. So personally, I'm not invested in what they got going on. I don't care. We move on to the next scene where Summer basically is starting to explain. And mind you, they having a conversation with Rolly. Who the hell is Rolly? No shade, but like, okay. It's starting the conversation of how her and Lex and maybe even Dolly, maybe, I don't really know about the Dolly thing, but I know Lex for sure. They messed around, touched each other, licky lick, lollipop, let's buckle up, like that. Okay. From Dolly and Summer, their beef is from something else. I can understand them feeling as though the Lex and Summer beef would be more interesting to us because it did seem like they were super close. But I'm more interested in Dolly and Summer mess because, as y'all know, Summer took up for Dolly, not Baddies Africa, but I think Baddies Midwest, when Dolly fell out or whatever. She took up for her. She was really the one passionate, running and one. So I'm more invested in that storyline and that chaotic friendship. We move on to Scotty and Natalie. It seems as though with the whole best friend thing, another storyline I don't care about. Another storyline that I'm bored with. I don't care about Scotty and Natalie's friendship. Their friendship has tanked a long time ago, in my opinion, before they even gave it to us on Baddies. Like, I don't care. So that's another storyline that can go in the trash for me. We then move on to Tommy cutting up on Biggie. Now, obviously, we've seen this before. We haven't seen it in a while, but we have seen Tommy turn up on Biggie. And like she said, why? That's not your job to make sure I'm on time. Who are you again? That's not your job. And it's not. Tommy looked good too. I know Tommy is a lot of these girls' storyline. I'm surprised that they didn't put that all through the trailer. But I guess because it's more so round the end. This stuff looked like, it was going on maybe like the first three states. Maybe. But I don't know. They did bring K Rican back. Where is Pretty P and Ivory? Those are the ones I care about mostly. Now, one thing for sure, Pretty P there. I want to make that very clear. If Pretty P was offered, her ass is going to be there. I just want to make that part clear. When it comes to a check, Pretty P is going to go get it. They didn't show a clip of Tommy rocking the boat with Biggie. Rock that bitch. Rocker. I know they be trying to play Tommy as if Tommy don't got hands. No shade. Just a little bit. Tommy can really fight. Y'all really don't be putting belt to ass when it comes to Tommy. DJ Sky's just getting hit all through here. You never see her get her lick back. Let's go and pray. Not really. But let's make sure she get her lick back. They so low down, they ain't put a clip of her even trying. And every time she's saying something, somebody popping her in the face. Like, did you come back to Baddies just to get hit? I thought you were supposed to be DJing. Tatiki telling Krishan to apologize. Better on mute. Is y'all gonna fight in space opportunity? You see all that space? Please run that in that space. Thank you. We then move on to Mariah and Summer. One thing I gotta thank Zeus for, somebody had to talk to Mariah on the back end, or she had to be watching the reviews or the TikTok, something. Because this season, it seems as though she's not in every scene. And I love that for me. I don't need you in every scene. I don't care for your storylines like that. So I'm glad that, she was able to get a grip that maybe two storylines at minimum, but not 3, 4. Persuasion is not going into the sink this season. Persuasion said, if I'm going to come back, I'm going to know how to rock them. Persuasion is not going in the sink. She was taking Summer where she didn't want to go. Daisy versus Rolly. BB. Cool. Get down where you mad at. My money is on Daisy. I'm not gonna lie, my money is on Daisy. When I first seen Daisy, I wanted Rolly to get Daisy. But the way Daisy fights so wild. She just fights so wild. I don't see Rolly being able to keep up. I really don't. And I'm trying to figure out the way y'all know Rolly set up. Rolly will try to love, peace, and happiness a bitch real quick if she feel like she can't get down with them. Good, when Anna smacked DJ Sky, Natalie and Dolly Face took me out. Dolly didn't know which way to look. She ain't know which way to turn. She ain't know who got slapped. She just seen the slap happen. Okay, now here goes the crime sessions. Big Lex crime. She's saying a lot of stuff need to be talked about. That's not. I think that was after Dolly and Summer fight. Had to be. Has to be. After their altercation. Because she was, a part of the big three. Them having a conversation in front of all them girls. Interesting. Because, usually they have private conversations. I don't know why they wouldn't let them do like a one-on-one. Because I really wouldn't want to get anybody else's opinion on what they got going on. Because who are y'all? Scotty telling me some like I said, I think that's the pregnancy announcement. If she is pregnant, I do not know. But if she is, I think that her and then Krishan, you drinking water like me, obviously is hints to what is possible. And her being like she want to stay positive and everything like that, again, is giving like I just want to stay in a good space for a child. Which again, like I said, if that's true, I'm happy for her. Krishan was definitely faking. I'm with Tasiki. That's why Tasiki didn't hug her back. Cause she's faking. All that crying, whining, girl, we're so past that. So they showed the gingerbread man when they did this scene with Tinka, Cole, Biggie, and Smiley. You see the gingerbread man just back there bumpied up, looking crazy. He had to go sit in the corner by himself. I said, ooh, child. Fauna is getting in the field a lot. Do I care though? No! Oh God, I don't care. Like, I don't care. Now, another one who was all through the teaser was Tinka. But Tinka is not all through the trailer. But I think they put fights that they believe that we as the audience care about more. And a lot of these fights, I personally still don't care about. And Tavi is through the trailer a lot too. But Tavi is a big one that with all my life I had to fight, I don't care about. At this point, every time Smiley come on, it's a hospital visit. Just keep her off. I mean, the way they did her last time, I can only imagine how they did her this time. Because, last time, baby, when she was having a seizure, they felt like it was an inconvenience. You would have think she slapped their mama or something like Anna did. Because, baby, when she was having her seizure and everything, it was so irritated. The fact that DTB starts the trailer as far as, like, the real altercations and somewhat ends it, yeah, she's going to do her thing. I definitely don't think that she's going to get a real storyline with Natalie. But, obviously with Biggie, they going to let her rock. As y'all know, she took Biggie where she didn't want to go. at an audition. I don't remember which one because I don't care. But she took her where she didn't want to go for an audition. And they ain't been cool like that since. But I don't mind. Get her. Now then we have the big Dolly scene. Dolly has about 2 big scenes, it seems as though she have this season. This one where she got on the red, and it's also she got this kind of jumpsuit on in the red, and then in the purple jumpsuit. In the purple jumpsuit, we know she get to fight with Tinker like twice, and I believe she fights somebody else too when she in the purple jumpsuit, but I really don't remember. But in this red jumpsuit, it's definitely giving active on that, and she running her rounds. They then show the fight that I really feel like I'm gonna be sad to see is Lex versus Summer. Summer leaking. Cause you mad. And at that moment, when Tasiki was like, Summer, just stop. Yeah. Summer, her and Diamond, in my opinion, get the worst of the worst. When Diamond said that the last time, like, ever since she been on Baddies, her tooth been knocked out, hair been ripped from the scalp, all this and that. I'm like, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. Like, they be doing you horrible. Honestly, Zeus might be more violent than now that's TV. Honestly. And then I'm thinking about Summer, the security guard, her face, that's that's over with. That's done. Like, whatever going on with her face right there, she's through. And, then her fighting Lex and she bloody like that. I mean, obviously we don't know if she, messed up or what. We know she bleeding, but it could be a nosebleed. Her lip could have got busted, anything. But I'm just like, wow. This ain't that. Like, y'all two really do. And Smiley. And Smile. I didn't laugh. And Smiley. Like, yeah. It's literally y'all. It is y'all. Y'all have it the worst. Overall, I'm excited to see it. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm very excited to see the girls get down where they mad at. Now, they did film forever. I think just yesterday they wrapped it up. Hopefully, because the camera quality seems so good. Obviously, they picked up some new camera equipment. They do that every season now. I feel like their camera equipment gets better and better. But I will say, I hope they don't just draw it out super duper long to where I'm bored. Y'all know, right? That mid-season, we be like, Then they want to keep phase on cliffhangers and all that. Hopefully they don't do that. And I think it's more than enough fights with the teaser and the trailer, in my opinion, to have it to where at least we see maybe 2 fights every episode. Maybe they might have 1 or 2 that's fillers. But we gonna see. But that's all I got for y'all. I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Bye. Hey y'all, what it is, what it do. It's your girl Brittany. I'm back. I'm better with another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Click the bell to be notified of every time I post. You know what it is. I know what it is. We know I post frequently. All right, y'all, come on, say it with me collectively. We are jumping, we are skipping, we hopping, we leaping, we doing a Dougie bow or Dougie yow into this video. Click the link down in the description box below to become a paid member on my Patreon. All right, y'all, come. Without further ado, let's go and get into Dollhouse, simple, period. First of all, I love the animation that they did with the Dollhouse reunion, but they got the people fighting in the house. That was so lit to me. Just that small little bit was so lit. I love the set design. The set design is everything to me. I definitely love the set design. The lip couches, they ate. Now, for it to be so many cut scenes, I still feel as though it was long. And we got some fades, but not the fades that we were looking for, which they're always gonna do that. Them having Barbie lip sync was hilarious to me. Barbie said she's going to put on a show. When Barbie bust out in that split, girl, I hollered, I screamed out loud. But if it's a beast in the streets and you once want to see run when I can. JT was clocking Bria. I'm like, okay, this is not one of JT's faves. She kept clocking Bria. Ari was very passionate behind her fight with Landon. She was not playing. Like, she was like, I gotta get that. I gotta have that. Takasha taking off Rick Rose's wig. I was like, girl, like, just vibe. You didn't have to do all that. Persuasion and Michaela getting it at the door, or was about to get it at the door. I said, I know that's right. They said on site. They said on site. But come on, y'all. Let's go on and get into everything. We start off with Deja coming out, looking good, looking real pretty. One thing she gonna do is be blinged out and give classy. And also, we get an overview of the set. Like I told y'all, I think the set is super nice. So she starts off with addressing the controversy with Joyce being a host. At the end and at the beginning of the day, it's a fighting show. The foundation of Now That's TV is fighting. I get it because they are T-girls and this is the first T-girl show. They kind of more so are looking for sororities, in my opinion. They're looking for sisterhood. They looking for Girl Scout cookies. And this ain't that. This ain't that. I think that Joseline, in my opinion, overall did a good job as a host because she was supposed to come in, be messy, and whatever else, and this was her first time hosting. All that, well, we needed an older host to guide the girls and blah, 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 blah. Get guidance on TikTok. Get guidance on YouTube. Sign up for a course, bitch. This ain't that. Fight! Like, that's what y'all here to do. Y'all here to rumble. Y'all here to make storylines. Like, y'all here to, give it up. Y'all are not here necessarily to be guided as far as like mentorship and all that. And even if so, that's in like one episode, maybe two, but that's not the whole season. I definitely think overall she gave Now That's TV, but she came in being herself. They holding Joyce to the ride because Joyce sat up there, first episode came in and saying how she felt like they looked because they did not meet her expectation. I don't think it was anything wrong with that. Yeah, maybe she could have changed her wording to the women. I understand, they didn't necessarily like her wording in the way she came at them off the beginning of them meeting her in person and everything. So I can understand that. But also, too, like I said before, me as a viewer, as far as being entertained, I was entertained. Now, Barbie came and she calls out Joyce again. Allegedly, they didn't even fight, so who cares? And y'all know how I feel about the blonde wig on Barbie. Everybody know how I feel about that already. Y'all already know how I feel about that. I hate the blonde wig on Barbie, but hey, go off. Kenzie comes out trying to redeem herself, letting it be known that nobody ran her out the house. She ran you out the house. No, girl, you coming here to get your lick back or be on that to redeem yourself. I remember you running out that house, getting the hell on. Savannah looks so good. Savannah looks amazing. It was her saying the Crip Princess is here. Girl, I hollered when I first heard her say that. We see Shyla. Finally, her wig looks good. Shyla look good. Shyla, you could tell it's still a work in progress, but I definitely think when she get there, she gonna be there, baby. She gonna be there. I definitely believe that. But Shyla look good. We then end up seeing Pookie. Pookie makes a reference to some tennis shoes. Tennis shoes, flip-flops, heels on. Pookie's still not a fighter. So, barefoot. You still ain't giving nobody no work. Persuasion come out the car, bra, Red Bull, and a bottle of wine. She's ready to get busy. She's clocked in early. Love to see it. Hopefully that's not that same wig that she kept recycling at Dollhouse. Now, Jaylani, Akasha, London, I don't know who else is behind. They all jump out the car. Now, I will say this. I definitely enjoy Jelani's fighting skills. I do. She's very entertaining. But I don't like her clothing. I know like a lot of her pieces are custom, but I just feel as though Jelani is too grown for these outfits. I just feel like this is surpassed her. I like when I used to see her on a panel when she used to dress real feminine. She looked it amazing. I remember one time she had came on there with like a quick wee pissy cut. She ate that up. I would prefer to see more of that from Jelani as far as outfits. And even with Akasha. I don't like Akasha's outfit. I just feel like Akasha can't dress either. Now, when it came to them hopping at the car, obviously Jelani took the show, basically, in my opinion, letting it be known she here. I don't even know who said she wasn't coming. All them panels I watched, Jelani made very clear that she was coming. It was always clear that she was coming. London ends up popping her stuff in the bag, but girl, we don't know what you saying. Nobody knows. Jelani took it. Just pay it. So then we get YG, and YG was giving the Red Hearts Queen. It gave Halloween costume to me. It's cute. It's real cute, but it's very Halloweenish to me. But I overall love the look. I will say that. I love the hair. The hair is so custom. Like I said, it's giving the Hearts Queen in the Alice in Wonderland. Like that's what she looked like to me. I do like the outfit, but it's just giving a little Halloweeny. So JB's is always a key. I don't like the dress. I told y'all that early on. I didn't like the dress. The dress, it looked a little better seeing it full view on her, but I just still don't care for it. But one thing about it, JB's is gonna serve regardless. So she ends up saying, I know I'm eating Mother Crip, so I dress like a blood. That took me out. Like I said, she's always good for a key, and she has hands to back it up. So y'all know one thing about it, we love to see JB's. My thing is, so I wanted it her and Isaiah talk on the back end because I remember she called him out. So I wonder they talk on the back end, or did they ever get to chit chat about her calling him out? Now I feel as though once we started seeing Bria, all the looks really went downhill from there. It gave super low effort once we seen Bria. So Bria's outfit looked at a hot mess to me. I hated the bow. I hated the lace. I just hated it. It was so ugly. I hated her dress. Now I know when I did the trailer teaser, whatever, I said I like the Ari's outfit. Now that I get a better look, Ari outfit look a mess too. Ari busting out the shirt. At the top it's too big, but at the bottom it looked like she busting out. I don't really care for the shirt. I don't even care for her makeup. Her and Bria to me both look a mess. Then we end up seeing, I believe, Joyce. Joyce, if them are pads, they are showing through them jeans. Pads is showing. Joyce's hair looks good, but overall first look, it look a mess. Makayla comes cute. Out of all the jogging suits or not super dressed up looks, Makayla looks great. I'm happy to see her out that damn blue. The brown on her looks stunning. The buzz down is bussing. So Makayla is glad, glad, glad. You heard all that. Persuasion, you want it? You ready for me? Makayla said, yo. She said, all right now, it's her throwing up her set. Like, okay, we're going to get that now. She never minded. I love this. Now, I don't necessarily remember seeing them fight in the trailer. I don't remember seeing them fight. But I'm excited to see it go down if they end up getting that. Now, Makayla ends up making this speech just saying how she feels as though Persuasion is jealous of her. I really don't care for that. I'm excited to see the evolution of Makayla. I really am. I like Makayla. I really like her. As far as Dollhouse, like JT said, her loyalty was so strong. Like she really was a true friend, girlfriend, or whatever you want to call it to Joseline. And it was nice to see. Persuasion goes in the room, and then here go Akasha. One thing about it, y'all know Akasha gonna always come talk to the camera. But one thing about it, Akasha lets it be known she ain't got no problem with Persuasion. She was playing, they was kiki cackling, but now they're ready for war. So we've seen a better view of London's and Swayana's look. Swayana look I like. I ain't gonna lie. I like it. I like her look. It's cute. It's sexy. It's to the point. London's look. London always gonna give hair and makeup. But outfit, I hate the shirt. It's too big. It's too big. I don't like it. I don't know if I mentioned Pookie's outfit. I don't like the prom dress. The prom dress looks a mess to me. I love that the girls sat there and talk their stuff. Being the first ever Now That's TV show to film the entire time. Okay, cool. I didn't know that. And you know, the music thing was a big one for me because I'm not gonna lie. Stank Walk. To this day, I put on Stank Walk. I love Stank Walk. Mouse. I love Mouse. They music, you know, they doing what doing Unleash, you know, all that. I love the fact that they had Pookie and Shyla have a sit down. I love that. I really do love that. Now, they definitely talked about, you know, as far as like their transitions and them being vulnerable about that. You know, one thing about it with the girlies, when you talk about that transition, that really do hit their heart. Like, you know, I definitely understand because a lot of them have went through different but similar journeys. You know what I'm saying? And with these similar but different journeys, when you have been through the same process as me, why is you throwing up the process in my face? Especially, you know, no shade. Shyla ain't all the way there yet. You know what I'm saying? She's still in the beginning stepping stones, in my opinion, versus Pookie, who is more like finished. You know, so I definitely understand that. And I get where Pookie is coming from. Now, the whole persuasion is mine. Persuasion is mine. I'm sorry that you seem to be confused. She was confused. Cause persuasion is Pookie's. All right, you know, I was like, oh, okay. Was I supposed to be hearing it? Cause I don't think I was supposed to hear that part of the okay. You know, I didn't think I was supposed to hear that part, but Pookie fake because as Shyla was doing her talk and saying whatever, Pookie over here playing with her bob, She just playing with the bob. Something. I accept your apology. And then hug and something. That's how real women do. That's how real black women do. We can accept apology. We can talk about it as grown women. I said now. You one bit more stunned Charlotte than the man in the moon. And all of a sudden, well, I forgive you. Yeah, that's how black women do. Cause we can apologize and be cool. Girl, you weren't stunned Charlotte. And I mean, they had just touched each other's body. Pookie ain't even really hugging Charlotte back. You see that? Pookie is hilarious. You see that? We can be real dolls and hug it out. But I'm not gonna lie to you, that empire hair is busting through Pookie. Pookie is throwing that empire hair left, right, left. Now I love the fact that Persuasion and Akasha talk they thing out. You know, like Persuasion said, it was never about y'all. It was about Now That's TV. And again, I told y'all I went and watched the podcast with Armand. Barbie and Persuasion should have been the first up there in them seats. It was no reason. Now That's TV really, in my opinion, dropped the ball when it came to that in particular. Because Akasha and JB's had truly just got there. If we being honest, they had truly just got there. It's no reason that they should have been in them seats. Especially in the beginning. They shouldn't have been in them seats. And when it came to Dollhouse, everybody was excited about Persuasion's overall evolution. So we wanted to get details about her evolution. With Barbie, Barbie is now on Moans, which Barbie body do look good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, everything is starting to fill out. It look good. Hate the wig still though. Hate the wig, but with Barbie, Barbie definitely is one of the foundational women of Now That's TV as far as T girls go. And with that, I definitely feel as though her and Persuasion was owed a seat, and not just a seat, the first seats. The first seats. Akasha and JB's had no business being the first seats or the second seats, in my opinion. Now, something I have to add on to this is the fact of, to me, Persuasion and Sway should have had a conversation on the reunion. Not a long one, not long, but a small snip, because he was swearing up and down, it was her, like, Persuasion trying to make it seem like this and that. He should have, to me, confronted her on camera. You don't mind confronting nobody else. You should have confronted Persuasion, because you kept talking about her on the podcast. Every time the dolls came up, every time it's alive with you and the dolls on the Swayway, you continuously brought up Persuasion. So to me, that should have been addressed, and that could have got cleared up real quick. And not only that, y'all know, as they were saying, oh, Persuasion not coming back, all this and that, but she back. Like, that's what I be talking about. Y'all be doing the most. He addresses Persuasion on a podcast, but they had no problem going out their way, going on a full live when it came to Ferrari. They did the most. Ferrari made one post, everybody mad. It's a tornado. It's an earthquake. Everything is shaking. Cash and said some stuff. All of a sudden, we go on a whole hour and 30-minute podcast talking about Cash. But you've been talking about Persuasion this whole time, and you never got no clarity, no clear up on the cameras. I think that's insane. Now, Rick Rosa came in here. I don't like the suit, but I love the buzz down from Rick Rosa. I hate the suit, though. I hate the suit. But Rick Rosa wanted to pop out. I love the fact that they did include him, because he has been holding down the panels. He's been holding it down. But I'm not going to lie, this scene with Barbie is a wasted scene, because her and Joyce never got that. No Unleashed happened. God, not Isaiah clocks Barbie. Of course she gonna be here. She the host. Barbie had nothing to say. God, that took me. Barbie was so speechless. She just had to go hug Isaiah real quick, because don't piss me off. Like, you hear me reading, I'm gathering, and you, of course she's gonna be here. She's the host. Shut up. Shut up. Her saying that she's gonna get Ari. Why? What Ari do? I watched all them panels. Barbie rarely was up there, so I'm not too familiar with her beef with Ari. Boom, let's get into Kenzie. So, a little bit, because I just had this happen. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I agree with Kenzie as far as like security and safety goes on how JB's did what she did. I definitely understand that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely get that as far as safety. Because y'all are at the club, y'all are out, y'all not in a staged area that is set up for y'all to, get done what y'all need to get done. So I understand where Kenzie is coming from with that. But at the beginning of the day, baby, she ran you out that house. Now, Rick Rosa ends up going into the other room with the other ladies. And, he giving Shyla her props. Because Shyla, once she changed the outfit from out that dress, she do look good, Still, some work, but I definitely give her props. I love the hair. I ain't gonna lie, the hair, the tits, everything look good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give Shyla her props. So he talking to them, da. Akasha just run up. She said she don't mess with him. Now they got into it years ago. I forgot what happened. He did explain why they are no longer friends. And I remember seeing the video. I believe Bleach was involved, but don't have me lie. I really wasn't too invested in what they had going on. Akasha came real late in the season, so it was neither here nor there to me. Now her pulling off his wig, saying, she ain't got no dialogue for him, da da da. And he was like, "Well, let me go get Michaela." know, I'm not surprised that came out of his mouth. What was he gonna say? I definitely think he was embarrassed, but it seemed as though he was a little bit prepared for his wig to be snatched. He, then showed his nice haircut, and he started back work. He started back working as he should. He's a professional. And I hope they definitely keep him as far as the panels and stuff go, because again, he is a professional and he does what needs to be done. A lot of the show on the back end was amazing. With his panels that he did every Tuesday. So yeah, keep him going. Now after that, all the dolls was just like, oh well, as they should though. I thought that was different. That a lot of them were like, oh well, stop playing with her. I totally agreed. I said, okay. The dolls is having each other back as they should. Now, I really don't think the house mother came. I know that he said that he was going to be there, but baby, I think Aunt sat that one out, and I think just moving forward, he's sitting out anything now that's TV. He's not used to all of this, seems like to me. I don't think he was ready for what type of consequences that was going to be happening after he said what he said in those confessionals. So yeah, I don't think he came. I think the check to him just wasn't a Donald Trump check to be cashed for that ass. Now I love Rick Rose's and Ari's interaction. No surge, boom. Thank ya. I love like just little bits of personality. Like they're not acting like dogs. Do they ever act like dogs? Not even giving too much tea on his wig just being snatched. They're not giving dogs. Do they ever give dogs? That was a key. Now Barbie performs Unleashed and Screams and You Once Wanna Be You know, it took a minute for that song to grow on me, but it's definitely a great song. So Barbie performs, like I said, when Barbie bust out in the split, girl, I hollered, I screamed. Barbie was being Barbie. I guess they let her perform at the Dollhouse reunion because they didn't let her perform at the Knicks Awards, which I think, she should have been up there and did this song in particular. But yeah, Barbie performed. Now we then get into Deja's opening monologue. Her and Janisha John, I like the monologues be so similar. Now I could not do this by myself. I cannot hold it down by myself. Introducing da da da, who'll be helping me tonight. Like, girl, Deja, Janisha John, that's two peas in a pod. JT comes out looking gorge, looking amazing. I personally enjoyed hearing JT's POV about the show and highlights and what she liked and what she didn't like. I definitely thought it was a key when they brought up Barbie fighting and she was like, I seen her. She's doing well. She was a little more prepared. She didn't give all the way full on kitchen table talk, as she shouldn't though. As she shouldn't. But she gave enough for you to read in between the lines, and that's what I like about JT. I definitely think, as her career continues to blossom, she knows how to put the words together, but tell us what we need to know at the same time. So I definitely enjoyed her POV. Now, I love the fact that Bria explained everything between her and Shyla, and also, about her botched surgery that she had. I'm definitely happy that JT got down to the bottom of it, and you could tell that she actually watches the show. You can absolutely tell. Not only that, I will say, even though the fact that her and Saucy Santana don't get along, they're not cool or whatever the case is, both of them and Young Miami are really good personalities. They're really built to do stuff like this. All three of them, even if they're all not necessarily cool anymore, they do really good at this stuff. Now, Kenzie calls. Well, Barbie initiates Bria and Kenzie to reconcile and be cool with each other or whatever the case is. So they're not even stunning each other. It's no more beef with them two because both of them have bigger fish to fry. Now they end up bringing Kenzie out. Kenzie looking sexy is crazy. Kenzie look cute, but sexy. The bra. Kenzie look a little cheap, but I like the heels. Bria's makeup looks absolutely flawless. I love her makeup. It's so pretty. Now Kenzie popping it. Kenzie ends up saying that I feel as though she's referring to JB's as far as saying that she gave somebody grace because JB's was a newbie. I don't think you gave JB's grace. I don't believe it, but go off. But I do like the fact that, it seems as though Deja and JT was taking up for Kenzie's actions, and then Bria was coming in like, nah, Kenzie should have ran that. Nah, Kenzie ain't do this, Kenzie ain't do that. So I do like the fact that at least somebody was holding Kenzie accountable because Kenzie did not have all this heart early on. Now, Deja addresses, how people would always say, like, now that TV set them up. So she trying to make it very clear that now that TV is not setting nobody up, let's let them come all the way out. Don't just try to hit them and everything. I thought that was a key. Now, Ari comes out. She lets it be known that Landon just tried to run up on her backstage. So she like, okay, bring her out because now I'm finna fight. I'm finna do what I need to do. So it's too many people on the stage, like they said, that want Landon. So they gotta help Landon out and bring out one of her friends, which is Swayana. Girl, Ari gagged me when she hit the floor. And the way she hit the floor, y'all, she did it as if that she was crisscross applesauce. Girl, she hit the floor. I screamed. Not sitting on it. Now they end up showing a little bit of the Rick Rose's podcast where they got to reading each other. I remember that live in particular. It was a key. When I say a key, baby, that was a key. Key, baby. Landon was too stunned to speak. Okay, baby. It was a lie. Okay, the girls was really getting down. So they end up talking about that. Ari, just lets it be known how, again, it's always low blow first. It's never, shade for shade. It's like, I can say your shoes look ugly and you talking about my looks. You talking about how my daddy don't like me, all this and that, So the girls really just be kind of recycling the reads. Bria lets it be known that she do have a problem with Swayana. Swayana be talking and saying she gonna get Bria on the back end, but on the front, she don't need that. So Sway and Landon come out, good JT and hopped up. She like, no, down there. Like, she's making it clear, that she has entrusted now this TV with her. And she mean that she ain't finna get hit. Now, let's get into the fight. I ain't gonna lie, this is a great opening fight. They was good. They fight so hard. I was fighting Landon so hard. She couldn't get up off Landon. Girl, she fight her so hard. She get the kicking in her head and everything. Like, she's fighting her hard. When I say Landon needs to be back, Landon needs to be back. So then we get to Sway and Bree. So Bria, Swayana hit the floor first. Then, they give us another clip. Now Bria on the floor. I'm like, okay, so you really don't know who won that because with both of the clips, they was on the floor. But I know one thing, Ari won against Landon. God. And it was the slap around the nation. This was Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. How loud that slap was that Kenzie did to Landon. Baby, that slap was so loud. I'm like, I hope she ain't hit that girl ear. Her eardrum. I'm starting to think about that. But I think she cheat. It was so loud. She had this slap bare skin. Like, she slapped her hard as hell. Girl, when I tell you, Ari hit the floor so hard. Good. She hit the floor. Kenzie smacked her for Old New Beyond. That was a JB smack. Cause girl, she did not have to smack Landon now. I don't even remember her and Landon beefing. But that's all I got for y'all. The smack was enough to end the video. Love y'all. See y'all in the next one. Bye. Hey y'all, what it is, what it do. It's your girl Brittany. I am back. I am better with another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell to be notified of every time I post. You know what it is. I know what it is. We know that I post frequently. All right, y'all, say it with me collectively. We are jumping, we are skipping, we hopping, we leaping, we doing a ducky bow, our ducky yow into this video. Click the link down in the description box below to become a paid member on my Patreon. All right, y'all, come without further ado. Let's go and get into today's video. Now, this episode is, I believe, the second to last episode of Playboys, and they gonna go on top it off and get on. But overall, this episode was good. The fact that House A was standing on business with Landon, I definitely love that. I definitely love that. And I also love that Rich Zay was just like, let's turn on everybody. I'm turning on all of you. But I ain't gonna lie, he picked and chose. He ain't turn on Metro, he ain't turn on Cash, he ain't turn on N. But everybody else was up for free game. And I just thought that was so funny. I said, as he should, please entertain me. And one thing Rich Zay is gonna do is entertain. Rich Zay definitely does not have to do too much. He gonna catch his face. He gonna run his ones, but he's hilarious. Like, he's definitely a standout in the Playboys universe this season. I definitely feel as though he came and he did just enough to be recognized and to come back. He running his face and stuff. It might not be necessarily somebody that we're like, oh, I gotta see this fight, but he gonna always fight. Now we start off with them, doing the little UFC fighting or whatever, and they end up in there. Rizze definitely was taking Sheik through there, take him through there. Like I told y'all on the last Playboy panel that I reviewed, Metro had already let it be known that Sheik had turned down his fade and didn't want to fade him because he said that he was too big, which they're the same size. So go off. Now, at one point, after Rich, they say, oh, he was feeling them hooks. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When she really started choking him, I said, baby, you really want to win that bad. Like, he is tearing you up. You out of breath, you high. You definitely don't need to be back. I'm not gonna lie to you. You definitely don't need to be back on Playboys. You didn't really give anything for Deja Vu. So I don't know why they expected you to give more for Playboys. But okay, go off, by association. But when he was choking him, I was just like, okay, he doing a lot. Like, chill out. Now, mind y'all, D Scott come out there. He happy go lucky. He like, yeah. All you see is man taking off. Girl, I scream. Because I'm like, please hit your target. Because on the panel, D Scott told me, every time I see man fighting, I'm going to get him. Every time I see him fight somebody else, I'm jumping in. I'm going to always jump him. So I don't blame man for getting that. Now, we go back to House A. Katari, Sheik, and Ma end up all having a one-on-one, and they let it be known that they ended up eliminated Metro Zay out of the house. I wonder what made them eliminate Metro Zay. I feel as though it's way more people there that could be up for elimination. And no shade, 2 of them are in the room with us as we're speaking about it. 2 of them are actually in the scene who could have been, or at least for real, for sure, 1. They started talking about Ken, and Mom was like, I forgot Ken was even on the cast, which is true. If Ken wasn't talking, you wouldn't even know that he was there. And they go for Ken, Marty. Again, like I said, it's a lot. Even in both houses, it's a lot of them who have gone to the background. But I am not going to lie to y'all. The background characters come up when they need to come up. Because y'all remember season 2? Oh, child. Season 2 had so many background characters, baby. I think they had only like 5 real characters of the show. Season 2 was like background century for Playboys. Now, I thought it was a key that he said a Mohawk in 2025 because that is true. But I like Ken Mohawk. Ken, it's a Mohawk, but it's not a Mohawk. But it's nice on him. I like Ken with the hair. It's not really a mohawk though. It's a mohawk, but it's not a mohawk. But it's nice. It's not your average mohawk. So Katari ends up talking about Landon, which I like Katari when it comes to that. Like, Katari don't mind calling nobody out. He do not mind. He's not the best fighter, but I like the fact that he say what he gotta say right then and there. He don't hold in. He gets you right then and there. So Katari, says his piece about Landon. After that, Sheik ends up saying that he ain't going to reunion. But if Katari come, he gonna slide. I think he should come though because he need to run some fades. I do. I think he had like a smooth season of doing much of nothing. He should come out and run some fades. Yeah, nigga, do something. Cause you ain't give much for the season, so you might as well give something for the reunion, in my opinion. So they get to talk about that, and then they got to talk about Ken again. He's talking about, who is Ken? The Mohawk. Oh, okay. The God that took me. Now we go to House B, and Ken and Marty are getting into it. That was funny to me. Ken still just talking. Still ain't really caught another fade yet, but hey, be like that. So him and Marty going back and forth, and I see because on the panel they was like, "Aren't you and Marty supposed to get that?" And I was really confused on why they said that they was supposed to get that, but they're not obviously getting that because they cool now, which I do love. So as that's going on, Almond then surprises us, and he dresses up like Ariel from the Little Mermaid. He gets in the pool and couldn't even get on the floor. That literally was hilarious. First of all, he shocked me. The wig, the mermaid outfit, how he built. Like, Almond is a key. Almond, like I said before, struggling with that flow. Truly is worth watching again and again and again and again. Now, Landon ends up going to the other house because he feels as though he's only been able to host mostly like the OGs in House B, basically. And he feels as though, he won last season, as he did. And not only that, he did win Ultimate Playboy. So therefore, he's hosting everybody. Okay, even Maul. Include Maul in it. He's hosting all of them, basically, which I understand it. But it is the last day though. It is the last day. I think that he went into it playing like, oh, I'm the host. I want to get to know everybody. But I think Landon already knew he was coming over there to catch his phase. He said that Isaiah had been telling him on the back end that Khalil needed that. But Khalil said that Isaiah was telling him on the back end that Landon said that he needed that. So in actuality, everybody needed that. And I think he really just came over there to fight because at one point he did put the gloves around his hands. So to me, you knew you came to bang, but again, he want to keep that storyline up of, oh, I'm the host and I'm just hosting and da da this, da da that. I don't want to fight nobody, blah 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 blah. But obviously, he gets caught up in his lies as he's at the house. Mac also gets caught up in his lies. And again, why is JR talking? Like, shut the hell up. Now Mac and Landon talking, and Mac ends up saying that he feels as though Cassie was really running House B. Yeah, I agree too, to an extent. Cashy, I ain't gonna say like telling people what to do, but as far as like him having his way, he definitely was having his way. Landon more so was reporting to them like, hey, who do you want to fight? Or hey, we're going here, we're going there. He was more so being the announcer to me in the house. But also too, Mac ends up saying that, oh well, you should never let him snuck me, all this. Host is not security. Security ain't host. Keep your head on the swivel, bitch. So, like I told y'all, Mac was up here lying saying that he socked Pootie. When did you sock Pootie? You said, what's up, Pootie? Like, I don't know what you be on, Pootie. You be weird. Then Pootie played like he was finna jump over that stairway, but he didn't. Why did you sit up here lying saying you smacked him? I can't wait till the panel come out so they can talk about this because they need to, at this point, run it at the reunion. Mac tells Landon, baby, he do not trust him. I was weak. He told me something, people be underestimating you, which is true. I do think his first season, everybody was underestimating him because it really was his reunion at one point when, especially when he took down Trey Coolin. That was real different because, in the beginning with Trey, we definitely thought Trey could fight. Looks wise, we was like, okay, Trey don't play. Ooh, child, when the veil was revealed, ooh. Okay, if you're an anime fan, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. One Punch Man, season 1, I think his name was Mark. The dude who, is like supposed to be like the handsome guy. He supposed to be so strong, but he really scary and can't fight and, everything. That's what Trey Coolin reminds me of. And I definitely did see him on Twitter twerking. Call me baby boo. It was moving. He said dun 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 dun. I said, oh, okay. Hands on your knees, twerk for me. Now, Robo gets his little 5 minutes of fame because I definitely feel as though he ain't really talking about nothing. They talked about him and he basically just said that he jumping for his house. Woo woo. I personally don't care. But I thought it was, a coincidence that him and Kai's friends, and because y'all know that they didn't bring Kai back, which was stupid to me. I definitely think they should have brought Kai back. Kai was one of the main standout season 2. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Tay from a distance, girl, Tay is fine. I think it's just, in the confessionals, he don't give you eyes. He just give you lip. And all I can see is the coming on in my head. But from a distance, Tay, okay. Okay. I'm feeling it. No shade, Landon. Who are you for them to see you? Like, girl, it's the last day. Pay it. Why would they be excited to see you and it's the last day? Now, she ends up putting us up on game that it was already known, or they had a conversation with House A that they could not fight Landon. But this really was a call out to Landon, in my opinion. Like I told y'all before, they wanted him and Maul to fight. I definitely think they thought that the house was gonna stir the pot as far as being like, Maul, my host, you ain't our host, all this and that. So he'd be like, no, I am your host. No, I am the host. And for them two to get into it. But again, like I said before, he had already had a conversation, already knowing that he was finna go over there and run his ones with Qatari and Khalil, in my opinion. I feel like he already knew he was finna have to fight. Now, I'm so excited for the panel to come on Tuesday, y'all, because Ty is up here spilling tea. First of all, why didn't we come in the season letting it be known why you and Ken was fighting? How dare you make me wait to the second to the last episode to spill the tea about you and Ken? So I ain't gonna lie, it's like a repetition thing of them always want to be like a painter. And mind y'all, Ty's a top. Good. Book bag to the head, I would have said he a bottom. Book bag to the head, I would have said bottom. Bottom all day. Not my business, but if somebody was like, girl, what you think? We kitchen table talking. I'm gonna say, girl, bottom. Bent over. Girl, he said he doing a bit. Girl, I'm in shock. The way he act, and I'm thinking about it. The way he act, girl, he probably would tear you up. Girl, cause y'all know he's so annoying on this show. Girl, he probably cause he's supposed to, whenever I wanted it. So he probably was like, I'm putting you down. I'm putting you on. He probably putting it down. It's giving like, oh, thank you, Daddy. Like, I love it here. Like, oh my God, Daddy text me. Like, let me let him know I'm free. This particular day, Ken probably was rushing or something. If it is true, Ken probably was rushing and probably ain't have time. I think, I don't know, child. I really don't. But, I'm sure it's steps. Just like with me, like, of course, women, we have to shave, go get a wax or whatever the case is. You be wanted, to be presentable. I guess theirs would say like clean, like cleaned out, flushed out. But mine would be like more like presentable. But girl, I don't know, child. I don't know. I'm too deep in the business now. I don't really care. Now, this is when Landon started getting put on front street. I definitely think Sheik started it off by saying like, well, when it came to the photo shoot, you was Vaselined up, you was ready to get out here, and now all of a sudden you saying like, oh, you're not fighting then and this, and then Tate ends up saying, no, I heard you jump somebody. So this when the call out started calling out, baby. So they started putting it on thick. Solo ends up coming out saying like, well, you hit Khalil and you justifying it saying that you asked him, did he want to get a head up for Rich Day because he didn't tell you what you wanted to hear. You hit him. Nah, that don't make sense for you to hit him. That's not making sense. Like, regardless, Rich Day was jumping, go ahead and put him in the seat of the seat. Then they end up putting his confessional, him acting like he told Khalil, like, so what you want to do? You ain't even come with that type of energy of what you want to do. I'm getting a lead back for Ivory. It's the last day. You've been around him 1,001 times. You never was looking for a head up. The only reason why you getting your phase in now is because basically the house called you out. Basically the house was calling you out on playing like you just hosting when you really on the back end being messy and hitting people, off guard and stuff. Now I will say this. I do understand Landon's POV as far as him and Zeta getting into it. Now, I'm gonna say this before I get into why I agree with Landon. I'm gonna say this. I don't agree with him on this. Landon was not checking nothing behind Zeta. He definitely wasn't. He wasn't. The only reason why he got into it with D Scott is because of Landon. Landon was pillow talking. But anyways, let's move back on. Zeta, you've only known them for 4 days. Like, no shade. I need you to go touch some grass. Like I told y'all, I like Zeta. I definitely think Zeta is the breakout star. But to an extent, him and Ken do have the same problem of like, just like with Ken. Ken is a follower. Ken is very much a follower. He wanted to be cool with the OGs. Zeta, on the other hand, wants to also show loyalty, show, that he can be a chameleon. He run his fades. But he does plant himself in stuff that has nothing to do with him. Okay, when you got into it with D Scott, that wasn't your fault. That was Landon. But then after, you got into it with Metro blended you up real quick. It was when y'all was doing the brawl, you had already seen Pootie and Isaiah fight, and then you just go over there and hit Pootie out of nowhere. Yes, y'all are having a brawl, but it's like you just met them. Like, they're not doing that for you. They're not continuously putting themselves in a position to look out for you in that house, from what I'm seeing. When you getting blended, nobody's looking out for you. And I mean, Landon, to an extent, is not either. But they did ask, could they switch y'all out? And you declined to switch. So if he's being cordial with Ken, what did you expect him to do? He is the host at the end of the day. He do gotta talk to Ken. So what are we talking about? And my thing is, no, you been peeped the messy shit when it came to D Sky. You had peeped that Landon really wasn't no good friend like that as far as these cameras rolling and when money involved when it came to D Scott. More so. I don't think it had nothing to do with Ken. I think it had everything to do with Landon pillow talking. And then you probably have heard from other people who know Landon too, like, oh yeah, Landon real fake. Landon to say one thing and do another, So I think it was all of that combined, more so than just you seen for 4 days that he was talking to Ken. So my y'all, Zeta and Landon get into it. They bring Maul into it. Maul, Zeta, did you beat me? You ain't want me. You ain't want me. Maul told something. Hold on. Please, y'all. Girl, I had to watch the scene 3 times. Please look at Khalil. Please look at D Sky. Girl, D Sky, when he sipped that drink, girl, I cried. I cried. Now, Khalil and Landon get that. As they're getting that, Landon just feel like he rocked out. I feel like the fade was weak. The kick was enough to send Khalil to the hospital, if you ask me. He kicked him, then he kind of like punched him a little bit, and then he hit the "Didn't I tell you?" his favorite line, pulling hair. But the fight to me was weak because Khalil was done with after the kick. But they get a fade in, and then he said that's for Ivory. But again, this the 4th day. We should have got that the first day if it really was for her. And honestly, she hasn't even said that to none of them. She ain't said thank you or anything. So we gonna see if Ivory rides for them like that, in due time. Now, after that, Landon felt like he was hot shit. So he like, next, easy, worked you mamas. Who next? Katari jumps up. And when Katari said he next, all that whooped you, who next came, and went. So he ends up saying, let me catch my breath. In the midst of him catching his breath, Maul. Now, my thing is this. I want to see Ivory's reaction to what he said once she gets put on game about what he said. I want to see what she has to say because, he letting it be known. I mean, which is true. We all never seen the fight. We never seen if Khalil did hit her or not. I thought he was the cameraman, but go off, and with that, he made some good points. Like, y'all don't know if she'll catch a fade behind y'all. Y'all don't know this, y'all don't know that. Max said she would catch a fade behind him. I think she would. I think she would too. But like I said, in due time, we'll see. Now, like I said before, Landon is just in the hot seat, baby. Like, they get him. This is a bad experience for him. You could tell. So Ty ends up being like, now or later. Like, come on, hurry up and catch your breath. Fight Katari, and they end up calling him out for being a fake friend. And basically, they was just standing with Zeta. Like, even though they all don't know each other, they are standing rock solid together. Now, mind you, everybody jumping on Landon. They like, well, you should have hit Metro. You should have just hit Metro. He like, I broke it up. They like, no, you should have hit Metro. You should have socked Metro for your friend. Landon then does reverse psychology and was like, well, Khalil sitting next to Zeta. Sitting next to Zeta. Mind you, then they hugging on each other, all this. Like I said, bad experience for him. Now, mind you, Zeta is standing on business, like, I'm returning the energy, all this and that. We gonna see. Cause I did see him continuously looking over at like Maul, Mac, and all them. I feel like he was looking for validation, but we don't know if they still all talk like that. If anything, especially this your real life friend, y'all could have definitely had a conversation on the back end, or you could have just fell back by yourself. But I definitely want more context. Now, Katari definitely said, baby, this is not the ring. This is streets. Katari definitely worked Landon like a 9 to 5. Got up with him real quick. It was not giving. I told you. It did not give any of that. And the fact that she then snuck him too after that and popped him real quick, girl, he was Landon from Dollhouse. I was like, ooh, child, just getting tore. I don't think Bad to the Bone seeing this in his future. I definitely think that he he didn't see it going this way. He thought that he was gonna be able to charm, smooth talk his way out of it. But baby, these boys was on him. It was like they was prepared. And again, they most of them have known each other for only 4 days. So the way they having each other's back, I definitely didn't see this in my future of Playboys. But I love it. So we get to House B, and it was way more entertaining. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Rich Day turning on all them, I definitely thought was funny. It didn't work in his favor though, baby, because he was getting dropped left to right when Man was coming at him. Girl, I was weak. And when Pootie said, don't make me spin it to get sober in here, or whatever joke he said, that was hilarious to me. I definitely thought it was funny. Now, at a point, I'm not gonna lie, you can tell they was starting to be like, okay, like you getting on my nerves. Which I understand that too. Like, okay, it was a key, let it go. But he wasn't gonna let it go, child. So he had to get rocked, and turned every which way but loose. Now, mind you, you could tell when Rich Day actually got serious. Like, he really was like, okay, he gonna get the courage to go and fight Man. God, Man was taking him every which way, but once he fell, Man, obviously seen like, okay, he done. Like, girl, don't play with me. Don't try it again. But I don't even feel like Man was really fighting him like that. Obviously he see that he drunk. He can't really hold his liquor. And, it's not to take him serious. I'm happy that they really wasn't taking him serious, but then too, they like, okay, well, you asking for it, so this was gonna happen. But it wasn't like Man actually like was going hard, like actually trying to fight him for real. I do like that they understand, like he be drunk, and he, it's not coming from a place of like you been want to do this, or you been felt this way, or you trying to call me out. I'm glad they don't think about it like that. So they go around to Man and just blessed him and made him hit the bed. He didn't stop. Cashin picked up that he trying to have more phase than him. Girl, nobody's taking Rich Day serious at all. Girl, it's a key. It was hilarious. Now, personally for me, I hate an aggressive drunk. Literally, it's like deja vu. I just had that experience the other day. I don't like aggressive drunks. But I'm a fun drunk, but I get to talking like Kim when I'm drunk. Like, and I be in my head like, girl, shut up. Girl, I just be talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. Then I go real mute. Don't got nothing to say, just mute. Just nothing. I have nothing to say. I don't care. I don't care. I have nothing to say. So, let me know what type of drunks are y'all. But overall, this episode was good. I definitely enjoyed it. Yeah, that's all I got for y'all in this one. I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Bye. Hey y'all, what it is, what it do? It's your girl Brittany. I'm back. I'm better with another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell to be notified of every time I post. You know what it is. I know what it is. We know that I post frequently. All right, y'all, say it with me collectively. We are jumping, we are skipping, we hopping, we leaping. We doing a Dougie bow or Dougie yow into this video. Click the link down in the description box below to become a paid member on my Patreon. We are doing She's So Jersey, and we are also doing What It Do Duo season 2 over there, and it will be dropped today after all the reviews is out. So after Love Cabin comes out, if y'all are interested in those reviews, tea that I cannot spill over here on YouTube, make sure y'all travel over there to my Patreon. All right, y'all, come. Without further ado, let's get into. I ain't seen real sexy walk in, but I am sexy. I like the way you are. So we stopped the episode with Andrea getting there with Lexi. So first of all, Andrea can't fight. Lexi really can't fight either, but she doing a little more than Andrea. Andrea up there windmilling like a mug. I think definitely the first round, Lexi really didn't want to fight her. But once Andrea kicked, she like, all right, like, hold on. She really trying to take her anger out on me, and I didn't do anything. And I don't feel like Lexi did anything. All she did was have pretty tatas, and she was in the right place at the right time. Like Joseline says later on in the episode, she probably was drunk when she said what she said. And Lexi has too many obligations for Joseline, which I understand that as far as business goes. But also, too, like I said before, Andrea's taking her anger, all the sacrifices that she made, she's taking it out on the wrong person. And not only that, we just being honest. You chose to make those sacrifices to not be around your child, to not be around your husband, to spend $3,000. You made all those sacrifices. You said that these sacrifices would pay off. At the click of a moment, when you feel like it didn't pay off, you then started taking it out on somebody who was just standing at the right place at the right time. I honestly think that she do too much. I personally don't care for Andrea nor Danny. I definitely think they two bumps on the log. But hey, go off. Now, Oceans then gets up because she wants some camera time so bad. I definitely think that she been hogging the camera a lot this season. And that it was just real random to be like, okay, in my turn, out of nowhere. Because I heard that you still got a problem with me from last season. The season damn near over. Like, really? I forgot the girl name with the curly hair. I do like her. I forgot her name though. With this curly half U part wig in. Her name just is not coming to my mind right now. But she over here hollering about how she got Lexi back and they better not jump. Girl, you and see no shade. You was the main one who seen them jump not too long ago and you did nothing. So I think her character is still the same. She gonna get out her fades. She not finna jump for nobody as she shouldn't because she don't really know them. But her playing her confessional like as long as they don't try to jump her, even if they do, what you gonna do? You barely want to help the newbies. Now, mind you, Andrea's over there playing like somebody scared of her. Andrea, girl, anyways, no comment. Oceans and Lexi start fighting. Lexi is working her, as Bria would say, like a 9 to 5. Ocean's over here backing up. I thought you had some for her, baby. Moving along. Now, I don't know why Ricardo decided to give Danny and Oceans the floor. I really don't care. Honestly, Andrea was trying to make the moment about her. And I'm not surprised that Oceans laughed. I really don't care that Oceans laughed. Why is you sitting up here making a moment about you? And honestly, like I said, Andrea and Danny are two of the slowest people I've ever seen on Joseline's Cabaret. And with Danny, it's like something's off, mentally delayed, very much so to me. So I be over her and her little storylines. So Kanaya ends up calling out Dez. Dez rolling her neck, giving nothing but attitude. I don't think Kanaya is wrong for standing up for herself, but also, as I am about to be a 27-year-old grown woman, I do feel as though Joseline Cabaret is a lot of bullying against the women. You know, it's very much, oh, we are the old girls, the OGs, and y'all are the newbies. With Kanaya in particular, I don't think that she should have kept asking them, you know, like, what's the issue? What's the issue? I don't care what's the issue. Y'all don't like me. Y'all don't like me. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Now, you know, with Dad saying somebody to wait to her when she was like, move out the spot, da da da. I don't think she wrong for getting off on her right then. But the whole like, oh, well, I feel like y'all picking and y'all just have a problem out of nowhere, and you know why? It should never, to me, at 27, be a why. Who gives a rat's what the why is? As long as you know, hey, you ain't gotta talk to me, I ain't gotta talk to you, we ain't gotta be cool. But you gonna respect me. You gonna respect me. I'm not one of them. I fight you every time, and I'm gonna beat you up till you shut up, you know? And I definitely think, as far as them fighting, Kanaya definitely ran her ones, did what she needed to do. Even with the whole child situation, like, okay, for TV, cute, oh, don't speak on the mamahood, blah, blah, blah. But again, like, if this real life, whatever come out my mouth came out my mouth. You keep bothering me. You keep wanting my attention. So, yeah, I'm a say whatever come to mind. What you gonna do about it? Even if you is wrong, yeah, you could be a woman and apologize, but this girl never minded with you. She don't take you serious. She think that she could roll her neck, pop her lips, and, you know, talk to you like she like that. Then y'all fight, you beat her up. She still talking to you like she like that. So to me, all bets are off when you start bothering me. If you bothering me, whatever come out my mouth came out my mouth, and so what? You ain't gonna do nothing about it. And it'd be different if Kanaya just kept going like, girl, you a mom, blah, blah, blah. You know how they was going with the whole pimp situation. But she didn't. She said what she said one time and went on. You know, obviously children are off limits. But two, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. In real life, I said what I said. Like, children should be off, but if I just keep feel like you keep bothering me, and I'm sick of you, and you just keep going out your way to say something to me, whatever come out my mouth, run it. Oh well. And then to my, oh well, she's mad at you because of what you said, and I think you should. I'm not apologizing to nobody who don't mind calling me Big Bird and all this. I don't care. I just said something. If she want to have a grown woman to woman conversation, she come over here and have a grown woman conversation with me, but be ready for me to give you whatever I'm gonna give you too. Now the second round, they told some don't kick her. Can I kick that hoe in her face? I hope the just do it pop her in the mouth because she talked too much. So she didn't pull Dad's wig off. It wasn't even the kicks that got her. It was the wig. She like, oh, now we gotta fight because you pulled my wig. So they go round three. They go round three, and round three was like 1 and 2. Dad's got beat up. Erica then addresses Lexi. Again, why are y'all want to address Lexi now? It's so annoying. So Kanaya goes to apologize. Okay, girl. That's not in my character. I honestly, personally wouldn't care. I mean, like I said before, I know when it comes to the kids situation, everybody like kids off limits, and kids are off limits. But you know what else is off limits? Calling me Big Bird. Bitch, whatever I can get out my mouth that's gonna hurt you because you try to hurt me, you try to kiki on me, I'm gonna kiki on you. Like, ugh, I'm sick of this show. So Erica then addresses Lexi. They literally got nowhere because all Lexi did was break the fight up. Y'all acting like she jumped in and started helping Kanaya. She was just trying to break it up. Like, that conversation literally went nowhere. So Joseline ends up entering the building looking amazing. First of all, these new confessional looks besides Ocean's and Danny's look so good. I love Ocean's. I love Joseline's. Where was these looks when you needed them? I even like Sky's look. But again, where were these looks when you needed them? So Joseline come in playing shock like, oh my God, it just looks a mess out here. I can't believe y'all fighting. Where's Chinks? Oh, this, like, girl, you already know what the hell going on. Now, Joseline makes it very clear that Lexi has too many obligations for her to be running the cabaret. And not only that, once Joseline got there, Andrea's tone definitely changed. If you want me to go get surgery, Joseline, I'll go get it. No, I didn't believe you, but I didn't want her to believe you. Girl, you absolutely believed that you didn't have no chance. You believed it because you crashed out. You up here talking about what all you sacrificed, all this and that. But then in front of Joseline, I didn't believe it, but I didn't want her to believe it either. If you didn't believe it, you wouldn't even been swing her. You'd have been like, girl, Joseline just talking. Joseline was drinking, had too many, or she was just in the heat of the moment. But no, you out here find her like truly giving it your all with the windmill. So you believed her. You believed her. And no shade to Lexi, I wouldn't have believed that either. It ain't like Joseline be having one-on-ones with you or really talking to you like that to me for you to even had thought that she was actually telling the truth. Now, Joseline got a little defensive when it came to Lexi saying that, Joseline's looking for like basically a ready-made artist. And she, I guess, in her opinion, is a ready-made artist. Joseline ends up saying, oh, me and my husband, we can make hits. We've been making hits, da da da. Okay. So she can make anybody a star. Can y'all see Andrea on a track? Can you imagine hearing Danny on the beat? Exactly, I didn't think so. Can you hear Ocean with the waves? Exactly. Now, I think it was interesting once they did go to rehearsal. Joseline came in. Joseline started immediately letting it be known like this her stuff. She ready to rehearse. She takes her artistry very serious, and you could tell that she takes it serious, in my opinion, from the shows that we do see. So, boom. She ends up saying that Neek, we don't leave the other girl out, but Neek more so wants to be center stage, and they want to be where she at. Basically, they want to be the star of the show, and they need to understand that they're helping build the show, but they're not the star of the show. So Joseline ends up saying that, whatever. Neek ends up saying, oh, Ricardo, when you gonna speak up and tell her that you put me there? He ignored her like, Joseline said, Ricardo, is this bitch talking doing my practice? And mind you, Neek has already been on the thinnest ice of the ice of the ice of the ice. You already know how this lady is when it comes to you. Why do you keep saying something out the way? And why would you ever think Ricardo was going to take up for you? Ricardo has never taken up for y'all. He is an employee just like y'all, and he wants to make sure he keep his job and not step on Joseline's toes, which I understand because that's not his business. He's there to be a choreographer, not to necessarily be a part of the girls in their drama, in their mess. So I like that he don't necessarily put himself in the middle, and he more like, hey, y'all here to dance. Like, that's what his concern is about, more so than anything else. So when she said that, again, like Egypt said, why would you think that he was going to speak up for you? He trying to make sure he keep his job. He's not going to bat for none of y'all. And I don't blame him for not going to bat for none of y'all, because you already know that she asked you to stop talking in the beginning. The last time that you and him did a practice or a one-on-one together, he told you the same thing. Like, every time, she say something, it don't always need you saying something to her. Boom, he told her to walk off, get off the stage. But it does seem as though she comes back and performs with them. But Joseline's really standing her ground with Neek. I don't blame her. It's my shit, bitch. But that's all I got for y'all in this one. I'll see y'all in the next one. Love y'all. Bye. Hey, y'all. What it is, what it do. It's your girl, Brittany. I'm back. I'm better with my favorite show right now, The Love Cabin. Come on, y'all. Say it with me collectively. We are jumping, we are skipping, we hopping, we leaping, we doing a duggy bow or duggy yow into this video. Click the link down in my description box below to become a paid member on my Patreon. All right, y'all, come. Without further ado, let's go get into today's video. Now, we start the episode with this weak fight. Girl, I'm thinking they really finna get in there. But I will get them this. They are fighting on sand. I've never had to fight on sand. I never want to fight on sand. I barely want to do anything on sand unless I'm running into the water or something, dirty water. Well, no, I don't want to be in dirty water. Give me like Jamaica water, Puerto Rico water, and I'm running away, love, into the sand. Did y'all know that Uggs are made for the beach? Girl, I got 99 Uggs, and ain't none of them ever went to the beach. I digress. But the fight was very weak. I'm over here excited, child, to see the rest of the fight. And that was the fight. The cliffhanger definitely be cliffing, because it just don't hang like it used to. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, that was the reveal. That was the big whoop-de-doo. It did not give. John was kicking. He was grabbing too. I did expect more from him. I did expect more. I really didn't expect more from the other dude, but I definitely expected more from John. But I definitely think that he lost the battle, but he won the war, because he sure got Chloe sent home. And mind you, he was telling them, "Oh, if y'all mess with me like that, y'all gonna get rid of her," and they did. Even Big Camo. Now we get into Bree and Michael. And girl, when I tell you, when she said an 11, Ray J, you would have thought she was talking about Ray J. Ray J smiling from ear to ear. Mind you, Bree do got something against Desi. I think she know that Desi really is her only competition. But it's giving, watch out, very much so. Because girl, like, I'm sick of you. But I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I'm sick of Desi too. We're gonna get to her in a second. But he feeling it. Can I have a turn? No shade. Can I be next? I got a little pixie on me. And I also think Bree was throwing shade at Athena, saying, she know how to get what she need to get and move on and have no strings attached to it. And Desi, now I will say this, Desi did not let nobody see her sweat. She like, right, and he did. I ain't mad. Like, yeah, my man is my man, and he did that to me just last night. So you right, boo. 11, breaking scales. Now, they do the challenge. I thought the challenge was actually really good. It entertained me, definitely. So, they end up doing a challenge. Kiara is first, and she goes up to kiss Cam. Now, last week she was playing herself short, trying to be the sideline homegirl. I guess somebody must have came over and talked some sense into her or something. And I'm so happy whatever change did change. Now, obviously, I don't want her necessarily with Camo, because he just here at this point. He still think he in high school or something. He's very sneaky, and he does a lot. And honestly, to me, he just playing around. I definitely don't think he want to find love and all this stuff. But overall, I'm happy that she stopped playing the sidelines. Like, when she went up to kiss him and, she gave Trap her heart and all that, I'm glad that I don't believe that she's the safe option. I really don't. I don't believe that what Chloe made herself think as far as it being like, oh well, I'm not mad about it because they all counting her out. When in actuality, some of these men really do want to get to know Kiara and also Nina. You know, even though they haven't explored them, they still would like to get to know them. Now, what I thought was a key when nobody studying Brian. I've been said he need to go. So Kiara ends up, picking trap to steal her heart. What's her name? Sheila. Y'all know the one who fought Desi. She ends up going next. Now, Ray J didn't add himself in it. I thought that was a key when he added himself in it. She kisses Trap and then also gives Trap a heart. She ends up splashing Michael. I think she only splashed Michael because he, out of all the men, never gave her any type of attention, honestly, in my personal opinion. If I'm one of the women in the lineup, I wouldn't even look Trap way. Like, no shade. I wouldn't give him anything because it's just like he's handsome, but to me, from everybody, what everybody talking about, I don't think any of the other dudes necessarily like have kids or anything like that. I don't think they do, and I could tell that the men are a little annoyed by the fact that all the girls want him. But I'm not gonna lie, I definitely think that enjoy your time. But I just wouldn't be stunning him. I just wouldn't be. I look at him, just look at him. But other than that, it's just so many women on him, girl. I would just let it go. That's me personally, though. Okay, now I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not hear Ray J when I first watched it. I didn't hear him say it had to be somebody that you're not with. I did not hear that. I promise you, I did not hear that because when she went over to Thanos, I was in my head like, this bitch always playing in this nigga face. Like, bitch, I'm sick of you. Do you not know a king when you see one? That's what I was thinking. But now hearing it back, he said it has to be somebody that you're not with. So I see why Michael really wasn't too pressed about it, as he shouldn't be though, because y'all locked in for real. And not only that, because we know what Thanos said about her. That's just another thing. Like, if she only knew that he was saying that, he peeped some things that she was saying. I think Thanos is handsome, but he messy like a woman to me. And also he wants to be a rapper child. That right there alone, girl, I'd have been gone. So Chloe ends up kissing Trap. Honestly, if I'm gonna just be honest, I think that she kissed him because Chloe want to play like she picked him and he picked her out of all them. I honestly feel like that's the only reason why she kissed him, because that was a shocker for everybody. And like I told y'all, Camo just feeling himself. The fact that she even picked him, I would have swerved him too. No shade, because again, he in his confessionals playing like he already knew Chloe was gonna pick him. Just think that it's an ego thing for him more so than him liking her. Nisa ends up, venturing out, which I did like for her. Now, again, like I said, I didn't know that you couldn't pick the person that you was partnered up with. So it makes sense because I definitely think they would have picked the dude or the woman that they was already comfortable with. But Nisa going to Michael, I liked it. It was definitely different and interesting. Now, Bree ends up splashing Trap and then goes over to kiss Thanos and gives John her heart. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. Thanos, it seems as though he's winning the women. Not only that, I definitely think they counted Thanos out. I counted him out too. But trapping him, these other dudes, I wonder if it's like hurting their ego a little bit. Now, I thought it was so funny when Athena and Ray J kissed. Girl, I thought that was hilarious. I thought it was definitely funny when she was going to trap and made a U-turn. I said, I know that's right, Athena. Now, for Sheila to feel some type of way, like, girl, bye. It's not that serious. It's not that deep. Y'all already know he had sex with a girl. So, of course, she ripping y'all names up and stuff. Like, girl, I wouldn't take any of that serious. And he has 4 kids. Like, why? Anyway, so Jaren goes next, and the coincidence is that him and Chloe do go home. So goodbye, and hopefully y'all live happily ever after to be the first to get the hell on from the show. Now, I definitely thought Trap definitely surprised me. Not necessarily with Sheila, him kissing Sheila. That was kind of like, okay, whatever. You could tell they had probably been a little fling, but then if he would have really got to know her doing all that crying and stuff, he probably been turned off. Cause this hard body that she doing is not her, obviously. And he picks Kiara as, to steal his heart. I think honestly he was just doing something. I like Kiara, but I definitely think he was just doing something. Him, Splash, and Bree, you could definitely tell both of them are they really do like each other within the 24 hours that they've been together. Now, when Brian went, Brian definitely, he already said he liked the Kiara, so I was expecting that. Him throwing the thing at Athena, I was like, ugh. Well, my brother back, he been taking it out on drive. Anyway, don't care. But again, he didn't have any heart, so I thought that was a little interesting. I wanted that crush his heart. Boom, Camo goes, and Camo want Dazzy. Mind you, he keep going to Dazzy. That's the only girl basically like that he won't, or whatever the case is. And Michael feels some type of way. I like the way you are. I like the way you are. So I love the fact, I'm not gonna lie to you, my cat is a dangerous man, because the fact that he sat up there, kissed Sheila, then splashed her, I was like, yes, now that is a king right there. I wasn't even mad that he kissed her real quick. The kiss, I don't know. I mean, I felt like they was trying to make it seem like they kissed for a long time, but it didn't give long time to me. And then he was like, "You put your hands on my woman," so I had to, splash you. I was like, "Yes, I'm next." But I thought that was interesting. And not Athena, the dark skinned girl, Thesa. I'm forgetting her name. Her name is leaving me. But she the one who be with Brian. I knew that other men wanted to have a connection with her besides Michael. I do think that other men want to have a connection with her. I think her and Thanos would be good. But two, it's like Brian. And to me, I don't feel like she should be holding herself hostage to Brian. I still feel that way. So John is explaining himself because they getting ready for eliminations. Now, my thing is this. I wonder what made them pick Chloe and Athena to be the ones eliminated. I guess Athena because she doing all this behind Trap, and Chloe because, she got two. Maybe they don't want her to get three. And, because she was exposed for sleeping with two men, now they don't want her. But I don't know. What y'all think? Y'all let me know down in the comments. And obviously the other dude whose name I still don't know is going home. Now, I don't think I said that. Good. Okay, before we get into this, just going back to the thing real quick. Good, when Ray J said on the dead homies, do it for the dead homies. Good, I was hollering. I like, mind you, it's one thing to hear like people from Now That TV say it, but the fact that Ray J is Ray J, and Ray J has been doing reality TV for so long, and he has got to the point where he on the dead homies. Girl, I had nothing to say. I was in shock, but it was funny. Now, boom, we get to the eliminations, and obviously they had John and Chloe talk. I think the way he handled it, he came off very mature. He definitely had valid points. And again, she was trying to make him the butt of the joke. And it wasn't about the farts, even though he said it was about the farts or whatever. I think more so it was about the fact that she tried to make it seem like he just didn't do it for it. It was Camo all day, every day. My thing is this: nobody forced Chloe to go in the room. Chloe had on lingerie, so she already knew what it was giving. And what did Camo do? Like, mind you, y'all in a room of 6 people. Maybe you was just a little more excited because Athena said that Trap ate her. But I'm like, how? How could all that possibly happen? Like, mind you, they show us, when certain things go down. Not like show us, but they'll show the camera or whatever, if stuff moving, if they doing something, they would show that. So it wasn't giving that to me. I think that, with her and Camo, it was a side thing. And I think, he might have caressed her, maybe, put the finger or something like that, more so to get her ready and activated. But as far as John, I think John, just because he had known that she had already had sex with Camo, he just went in and had sex with her. Like, more so, I think that he just went in thinking about himself, got it wet real quick, and then, did what he needed to do. And as soon as it was over for him, it was over for them. And I can understand her being disappointed in the situation, but she was making him the butt of the joke. She did let everybody know. And regardless of the fact, as much as these people is out here kiki cackling with you, we still live in America, and certain things are still in place. Regardless of the men and the women are laughing at you, everybody thought that you was easy. And that's why they went ahead and got rid of you. I definitely think overall, none of the men besides Camo wanted to necessarily be with her. Obviously, the new dude wanted to, but to me, it was an ego thing. I don't really think that he actually wanted to be with Chloe. I don't think any of the other men wanted to be with her or take her serious after her, just letting these two dudes touch her. And again, in her real world, get down when you mad at. Who cares? But on a TV show, I definitely think like she played herself soft and she messed up. And that's just that. But again, like I said, I don't blame him for talking about her breath, because she didn't mind making him the butt of the joke till he started making her one. And her saying like she really didn't care and all this. Obviously she did care. Obviously her feelings was hurt. But again, he was embarrassed, so he just embarrassed you. I love the fact that Athena is playing with Ray J. I know that's right, girl. I'm not mad at it, even though we know that he gets with the other girl. I'm not mad at her for playing her role and playing her position and moving on to somebody else. And then when Sheila end up saying something, saying that she don't think it's the right show for her, I think Sheila is mad because of the situation that happened earlier. And also, too, she was feeling Ray J early on and she wanted to talk to him. And, to an extent, like, obviously he was flirting back, but then he'll turn around and not really be stunning her like that. I think that she, out of everybody, wanted to be what's the word I'm looking for? Not mixed, but exotic. That's the word I'm looking for. I think that she wanted to be the only exotic and have that one up. And I mean, she eventually did. He did embarrass her and everything, but she eventually did get what she wanted, which was the man. But I think once Athena took off that paper from Trap, she seen her as a threat. Like, she see Desi as a threat. And I definitely think when they was doing that challenge earlier, she thought that she would be the trap of the women. A whole bunch of men putting flowers on her and stuff. And when that didn't happen, I definitely think that hurt her ego. And again, once Ray J checks her and tells her to stop, she tell me, "Oh, well, I could have got you." Again, like I said, she coming from her ego. She thought that in the beginning, because Auden was giving her so much attention, that the attention would stay on her, and it dwindled very quickly. Even John not really stunned her like that. And she was supposed to go over there and get Ray J. She playing like she not like that, but in actuality, Sheila is like that. That's why she feels threatened. So we get to Camo and Kiara, and with Kiara, he does seem genuine, and like I said, I'm proud of Kiara for not continuing to put herself in the back seat. Girl, you is not here to be no bitch wingman and all that, because she's not doing that for you. She's not looking out for you like that. So these men is up for grabs. So I'm glad that she allowed herself to stop playing the background. Now, Trap then goes on to say that he wants Sheila over Bree. I definitely said before Bree came in too thirsty. You already cooking for him? What the fuck? You just got there. Like, you wearing your heart on the sleeve and he still trying to figure out who next on his roster. And Sheila ain't did nothing, and she's number one on his list. That's so horrible. So, Desi talk, blah, blah, blah. Michael talk, blah, blah, blah. Girl. Now, to me, like Michael said, I definitely think Trap and Camo had been playing his face for real. And Camo speaking on their relationship and how he feel as though like he ain't really been put to the test and all this. And he was like, I'm what she need. And Camo was, I said what I said. And I said what I said. Girl, I love that. Michael said what he said. Camo over there with all them bumps on his face. You ain't said what you said. Now they go off to elimination, and Chloe ends up getting a confessional saying that she was nervous for Kiara. No, baby, you should have been nervous for yourself. So Kiara tells her, oh. To me, Kiara's in her head, thank you, Jesus, I ain't gone. Bye, Chloe. My autumn tears. Oh my God. Yeah. Hallelujah, praise God. I think it was more tears like that as far as Kiara goes. But Chloe cried, when she was about to go off the stage. Bye, Chloe. And then Jared left. Okay, bye, Jared. They did end up bringing a new flame in, which will be Kiara's man. He nice looking. He a fine white dude. But that's it. That's all, y'all. That's all I got for y'all in this one. I love y'all. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Bye. Hey, y'all. What it is, what it do. It's your girl, Brittany. I am back. I am better with another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Click the bell to be notified of every time I post. You know what it is. I know what it is. We know that I post frequently. All right, y'all. Come on. Let's get into our theme song. Come on. We are jumping, we are skipping, we hopping, we leaping, we doing a ducky bow, or ducky yow into this video. Click the link down in my description box below to become a paid member on my what? Patreon. Over there currently, I am about to start doing She's So Jersey and What It Duo season 2. So after all the reviews drop, including this one, this is my last one I have to do, you can go over there and become a paid member and watch my reviews. They're a little more raw, they're a little more uncut. You know what I'm saying? It is not giving nice over there. It is giving me. So go watch that. Click the link in the description. All right, y'all. Let's get into the hookup. Shawty got the hookup. Now, I'm going to first say this. I'm tired of Levi. I'm tired of him. Levi is handsome, but Levi cannot make up his mind, and that is starting to get on my nerves. I'm not going to lie. Like, he is doing a lot. I love the fact that we started the episode with the shower routine. One thing about the black women, they're gonna wash. Okay, no hygiene problems over there, babes. No hygiene problems over there. I love that. I love to see that. I said exactly. One thing about me and my ladies, we're taking a shower. I would have loved to be a part of this just because I'm a girl's girl. I'm a girl's girl. I'm a little shy. I'm a little shy. But we vibing. But it was all cool. They was chilling. Like, literally, like I said, they were vibing. It wasn't that serious. I love that everybody got on the bunny. Hair care, hair protection. First thing we got to do. Second thing is to wash that body down. And I just love to see it. It gave large, medium, small. I just loved it. It was cool. The flip of the switches with the who's being saved, who I want to stay with me tonight, it was a lot. Girl, I actually thought it was very funny. I definitely did. Who was able to, get the room or whatever the case was. This was a great episode. The hookup is not necessarily something I run to go watch, but it does keep me entertained. I think the two love shows this year have absolutely entertained me way more than the fighting shows. And it could be because I want to see everybody get hooked up, mostly everybody. Get their rocks off. Maybe that's why. But I don't know. I'm just enjoying it. Like, it's like a breath of fresh air on both networks. Now the girls are showering up. I think the song was crazy. Song had me hollering. They just kept showing Kayla in particular. I'm looking for the rags. I don't know if y'all ever seen that clip on that podcast where that Caucasian man is like, poor people use rags. Oh, I'm disgusted. I went to my friend's house and my friend had a rag and I was like, he's poor. I don't know if y'all ever seen it, but them not using a rag reminded me of that. I'm like, oh my God, I guess they're not poor. Only poor people use rags. So they go to the club, everybody vibing, face down, it's up. That's the way they like the butt. Pow, pow, pow. Pow, just get it. Baby, everybody was shaking. Everybody was throwing it. I'm looking. I'm like, okay, Marie. Okay, no, look, Kayla, y'all already know how Kayla gonna give it up, baby, every time. She was doing what needed to be done. I'm trying to see who Moses and Tokyo taking back to the room next. Cause I sure said I'm up next, definitely. So boom, they move on, they go to the bands. Kayla's tired around with the bitch. She wanna rap with the I said, no shade. Let's get a little mixy. But obviously, they more so want to do eliminations now. Ray Face is the team captain of who out of the girls will be eliminated. So he throwing out names. He figuring out who like who. You know, is the pimping still gonna pimp? You know, he trying to, get the ducks in a row. What guys like what girl, all this and that. Then, he get the like joking with the guys. At the end, it's Levi talking about something. All the girls need to take a shower. Like, everybody just need to take a shower. Like I said, I'm over him. Now, Levi ends up, it's Levi, Nola, and YBZ who is able to pick, who they want to pick or whatever the case is. So, what's his name? Levi go first. And he picks Kayla and he like, oh, well, I gave Nola her time. It's Kayla time. Like, he irritate me. And honestly, it will be a lot of Levi bashing in this particular episode just because he getting on my nerves. Like, he is very picky. He like doing a lot. And I'm not saying, he just rushing to get no cat or nothing. Like, I like that, but I also don't really care for how he leaned Kayla on, talking about her in the confessionals, sitting up here being like, oh, well, I said Nola first before Kayla. It's like, I don't like how he doing Kayla. And then I play like, oh, well, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. I don't want to do nobody like that. But you are doing them like that. Like you are. You trying to keep this image of a good guy, or you still swaying your options. Like, it's okay to still sway your options, but I will say, if I was Kayla, and it's hard. It is hard when you do got your eye on somebody, and it is hard. But I do feel as though too, she need to have a little more pride. Like, your pride will stop you from being bothered with a lot of stuff. If your pride big, you be having to prove to yourself like, nah, I could really be cool on this nigga, like, for real. And I think to an extent, she need to have just a little more pride. She ain't do nothing wrong, but I feel as though when he played in her face the first time, she should have stopped dancing on him in the club. Like, just pay him dust, ignore him, act like he ain't there. If he want to be Mr. Nice Guy, I don't need Mr. Nice Guy. Mr. Nice Guy, I need Mr. Make Up His Mind. Yeah, ain't none of y'all together, but at the same time, he play like he into her, but he really not that into her. And that's okay. But leave her alone in the process. Now, I will say this about Levi because Kayla ended up saying, he not necessarily chasing Cat. He actually want to get to know you. I think that he do want to get to know the women, but he is also very manipulative because he have things that he don't like about you, but he like it on somebody else. Like the way, he said Kayla was scaring him and she was doing it like when she was drunk. Nola does the same thing. Literally, she does the same thing. But he likes Nola more. So he'll put up with a little more from Nola than Kayla. Like when in the next episode he don't do the challenge or something, Nola throws water on him. But she fought a girl behind him, all this and that. Like, she did a lot. And Nola, to me, don't necessarily be pressed behind him. And he still a pick her over Kayla. Like she said, go follow your heart. But after she said that, I think that she should just stay away from him. Cause she told me some she got played, but I feel as though all the signs was in her face early. She just didn't see it, but the signs was there. And it really don't seem like any of the dudes are really into Kayla like that from the way the cameras is picking up. It don't seem like none of them really like her like that. Maybe Moses, but he with Tokyo. You know, he locked in with Tokyo, so he's not gonna leave Tokyo alone. But other than that, it don't seem like any of them really, want to explore Kayla. Now, Nola then picks Ethan. That was definitely like a wild card to me because it was like, did they even speak? But okay, cool. But it definitely was YBZ. To me, every time he get on the camera, he has like main character syndrome when ain't nobody really stunned him. Like, baby, honestly, no shade. None of y'all, we really are stunned. We really stun our main, like, now that's TV people. Y'all are just kind of extras. No shade. So, before he make his decision, instead of just picking Marie, he then gives us this novel that he would have picked Nola, but Nola picked Ethan, and Nola put her hands on Marie. I am just happy that Marie stood up because it just gave like what would even make you make that speech? If you're gonna pick me, pick me. It was no need for you to make a speech and let her know, like, oh, I was looking at you. And really, it was behind, in my opinion, it was behind the fact that on the last episode, Marie told him that Nola, Kayla, and all them voted him out. So he's trying to give Nola hope, trying to make it seem like he fooled with Nola. But in actuality, he think about himself. He not think about Marie. Marie was the last thing on his mind. Marie was like the cherry on top, not even the icing on the cake. She was the cherry, if anything, but she was the stem of the cherry. He was not stunned Marie like that. And I'm glad that Marie, peep game early on and seeing what it was like. Don't you sit up here and give nobody that has sat up here the whole time, tried to hit me and everything. You playing like you cool with me and you giving her a speech and then pick me. Nah, we ain't doing that. So I'm glad she stood up. But also, I'm happy Nola stood up. Nola said, just make your decision. I said, I know that's right. Don't put me through a full-on scurry of this and that. I don't care. Make your decision. You want somebody to give you some emotion so bad. Nobody cares about you. Ain't nobody looking at you in the house but Marie and Barbie. So Marie declined, why Bees was in his feelings. He told me he felt betrayed. Well, you should have not talked about Nola. Oh well, betrayed. Oh, shut up. So then she get up there, then Ray Face switched on her. I definitely think that she should have decided somebody else. I don't know why she did Ray Face. He's a pass around too. To be honest, I would have never picked him. But she picks him. He then passes on her. Then he gets Mommy G. Mommy G pass on him. God, I said, and that's what all y'all get. All these extras in the background, that's what y'all get. Pass, 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 pass. Now everybody else can go have a good time and y'all go sleep in y'all beds. Mad at the world. Blah, blah, blah. And also you see Levi in the background talking to Kayla. I think that's when he was telling Kayla, like, I want to go explore with Nola. Go explore with Nola. Because also too, Ethan ends up choosing Barbie. And I don't know how she been slipping and sliding through here because she been a background character. So he ends up picking Nola over Kayla. Kayla walked off pretty, smiled. She ain't even let him know that he had got her. He made her feel some type of way. Which, stand on that. I love that for her. Never cares. Never that deep. You a bad bitch. Regardless if he see it or not. You're all that and more. Simple, easy. Nigga, he alright. So if we put him up with some homeboys, you know what I'm saying? It'll be a different story. And honestly, too, I seen him on the podcast when he had his hair fully out. He looked at a mess. He was ugly. Not necessarily ugly, but he just wasn't as attractive. The braids to the back, he a little more attractive with his hair a little more neater. So, I think after that, Kayla should have definitely like let it go. I'd let the whole connection go because at this point, like, you're annoying and you cute, but you ain't that cute to be just put her through that. If you wanted to pick Nola, you should have asked them early on, like, hey, well, is it a way I could pick somebody up here, or, whatever. But you didn't do that. He had already pulled Kayla up. Then somebody said, well, I renege. I won't know. Like, no. So I love the fact that they broke off and let Tokyo speak her piece, which I think is true. I definitely think her and Moses should have got a room, because out of all the connections, their connection is real tight right now. So yeah, call T-Lo, girl. Now, when Kayla told him to go where his heart was, I definitely think that the sad ass music got to me, because I was so irritated. I'm like, he just keep playing with her. Like, I don't like that he playing with her like that. It has nothing to do with Nola. It has everything to do with him. It's this whole ego thing. Like, I feel as though he trying to keep Kayla around, but no, like, he really don't like her like that. And it's okay if you don't like her like that. Where you start to become the bad guy is, you know that you don't like her, but you keep trying to keep her around, and that's irritating, and that hurt my feelings for her. The saddest music did start getting to me. I almost dropped a tear. Now, Nola is going on the back end having conversations with these Negroes, letting them know it's okay. I love you. I would have chose you. I'm a real friend. That's how she get to stay in the house. She talking on the back end. She feeding their ego. Here go Levi. I just don't want nobody to think I'm bad. I don't think anybody's gonna think you're a bad person, babes. You're really sweet. We're just doing this. Like, you're really a good guy. As long as you keep picking me, bitch. Now, Kayla sits up there and sets Ray face straight, as she should. He thought because she was giving him a little bit of attention and he was finna get some cutty. Back up. It never gave Cuddy Buddy. It never gave you need. It never gave it. It never gave it was gonna be you. It never gave it was gonna be you. It gave we cool. But it never gave backup plan. It never gave that. Like, girl, are you pushing your pen or you pushing your love? Cause just vibe. Now, honestly, y'all, once they all went to the hotel, Freak League and the other three randos, I've been on like this vanilla perfume wave and marshmallow wave. And I want to be one of them girlies when they do, like they little haul, they got like bookshelves of perfumes. So while they was doing what they was doing, I was looking up the vanilla perfumes and the marshmallow perfume. So don't know, don't care what they got going on. I'd rather do that. But that's all I got for y'all in this one. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. I do think the new people that they got is AI. These women was giving AI, because I see Pookie and Chastity and not these two women they got sitting in the seat. But go off. I don't know. But that's all I got for y'all in this one. I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Bye.